Okay, I have my fall candle burning and I have lots of new makeup here to use, so I'm excited to get into this video. Let's put on some new makeup. I picked up a few new different foundations from Sephora and tinted moisturizers, that whole sort of vibe. But I think the one I'm going to use today is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, just because I used this a while back and loved the way that it looked. And I've been using the Huda Beauty Glowish tinted moisturizer like a lot recently, and I used it in a recent video, so I'm going to use the Armani today. My skin's really having a moment, just like having a absolute moment, and it's breaking out because of my hormones. It's breaking out because of my hormones. It's really dry and just feels kind of like, I don't know, it just feels like it needs hydration or something. I mean, I know that it needs hydration. So I'm going to actually run over here to prep my skin and use probably an oil or something. I'll bring it over. I'll let y'all see. Hold on. All right, so I just feel like my skin needs some help because it's not looking its hottest. I'm having a lot of breakouts and stuff. So it's really dry right now, and I want to use the, this is from Crave Beauty. This is the Oat So Simple Water Cream, and basically there's like 10 or 11 ingredients in this, and it's just a nice moisturizer. So I like to use it, especially on days where my face is breaking out, and it's, you know, doing its whole thing, living its own life, which is incredibly rude. All right, so now that I have the moisturizer on, I'm going to use the Luminous Silk, but I'm going to mix it with the Drunk Elephant Virgin Marula Luxury Facial Oil. You can literally mix it with any oil. This is just the one that I have. So I'm going to do about a pump of that. This is the shade 7.8 for reference, if you're like near my body color, because my face color is, you know, it stays looking lighter. I'm going to do like 2-ish drops of that facial oil. I like to mix in facial oil whenever my skin's having breakouts or just like not looking its hottest, because I feel like if I go in with foundation over breakouts that already don't look cute, it just looks horrible. So I like to mix it in, make it a lighter coverage, and make it look a little bit more sheer but still provide me with some color. And I'm going to pat that in with my beauty sponge, because I didn't get anything from Sephora to really prep my skin. Like, I didn't get any new skincare, but there are some new skincare things I'm looking at Sephora. But girl, if you saw my skincare right now, you'd be like, you don't need anything from Sephora. Somebody log out of my account, take my debit card, and run away. I really like Armani Luminous Silk Foundation because I mean, who doesn't? Like, if you've tried it, you probably do love it. I think one that's really similar to it is the L'Oreal Infallible, which I've talked about before, the Fresh Wear 24-hour foundation. It's just really pretty, and this reminds me a whole lot of it. Obviously, if you don't mix in oil, you're going to get more coverage from it, but we know my skin's having a moment. So I originally purchased this because so many artists, like makeup artists that I follow, were talking about it, and I was like, girl, I need to try that again because it's been a hot minute since I tried it. Okay, the next thing I'm going to use, I was actually planning on using in a video with the Shiseido Skin foundation, but I will just go ahead and use it both times. Whenever I opened this, I thought it was a joke. Like, I literally thought they was trying to play a prank on me. Why is it so small? Like, look at this traditional, like, normal concealer size. Wait, that's not even a concealer. Here's the Ilia I use all the time, and here's this one. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Anyway, whatever. I'm just going to use it. So this is the Shiseido Skin Self-Refreshing Concealer, and I have it in the shade 201 Light, which I'm pretty sure is going to be too light, but I really just want to see the formula of it. Oh, yeah, it's definitely too light. Okay, I thought I was going to hate the applicator because it's like this little tiny, I don't really know. But I really actually like the applicator because I feel like you get so much control over where you put it. Okay. Okay, Miss Shiseido. It's definitely too light, but we all know that I love a light concealer. Also, hold on. Is this not the cutest? Like, literally the cutest ever. I got this from a, I actually did a pop-up boutique, or I did a pop-up shop at a boutique that I'm in Somerset, Kentucky. It's called Persnickety Jane. They literally had the cutest stuff, like the cutest stuff. And I got this from there, and I think it was like literally $5. And it's so cute. Holds my Alani nose, Miss Girl. You already know. You already know. I have them linked down below. They also carry Fawn Beauty, so shout out them. Shout out my girls at Persnickety Jane. Okay, I'm going to blend this in with the world's crustiest beauty sponge. Don't come after me. Can you even see me? Am I being so rude? Let me get something else so you can see me better. Let me just get out this here normal size bronzer. and blend this in. I feel like I am really picky when it comes to concealer because I don't want it to look cakey. I don't want it to even look like concealer. I want it to look like flawless skin, like you came out of the womb like that, you know? And so I feel like I am picky. And this is fine, but I feel like it looks like concealer is under my eyes, and that's not my personal journey. So, boo on that. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Definitely not the best. I also feel like whenever I use my Ilia concealer or my Glossier or whatever I'm using that I usually, you know, like and use, I can leave it for like a minute, 2 minutes, 5, maybe 30, and come back to it and it blends out really easily. But I don't know if you can see, I'm just kind of having a hard time blending this, and that's a little annoying to me. Okay, overall I think it looks fine, but I actually still don't like the way that it looks under my eyes, so I'm going to use my Ilia concealer, not for like coverage or anything, but just simply because I want it to, I don't know, like look a little bit better. I think that looks fine. It's definitely not like the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life, but it's fine. So I have a new blush to use as well. I guess I'm going to do bronzer first and then blush. Most of the things I got though were like not body products. I was about to say body products, but like foundations and stuff. And that's just like not really, I can't use multiple foundations at once unless I mixed them in, and that would kind of defeat the purpose. So, you know, I'm going to go in with my bronzer I use all the time. This is the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. You already know. This is in the shade 2. I do have the shade 3, and it's over there in my drawer. Never been used. But like, I just don't feel like popping it out and switching the pans over today. It's not what I'm going for. Okay, so I am now going to use a new blush. This is the Pat McGrath. This is from the Divine Rose collection. This is the shade Divine Rose. It's just kind of like a muted mauve-y rose color, which is not what I normally go for. But I was like, let me just step out of my comfort zone, okay? Let me just do it. It has a beautiful little like print in it. Okay. Wait just a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. This does not look right. Let me just go ahead and say this. I think this blush, I think this blush was like 38, maybe like 40, could have been 50. It's hard to say not knowing. Dollars, and it is not holding a lot. Not even holding the world's smallest light bulb to my Charlotte Tilbury Ecstasy. Not the journey. And now I feel like I'm gonna have to spend the next 17 hours of my life blending this in to make it look good because I got other things to do today. Okay, fine. She blended in okay. She blended in okay. She's not fired yet, but she almost got fired. She's on probation. Okay, I will say that this is fine. Pat McGrath is definitely on probation. We'll be watching her through the security cameras all day, every single day of our lives. Because this blush formula is not my journey. It's not my journey at all. I don't know, it just went on so patchily. I know it's not a word. And it's not my skin because everything else went on fine. So, Patty, Miss Girl, you have some explaining to do. So I'm going to try to like fix that and cover that up. Ooh, not going well. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be using is the Patrick Ta for Eyes palette. And this, I guess, is that what it's called? Major Dimension Eyeshadow Palette. That's what it's called. Sorry about it. I'm a stickler for like clean packaging and making it look really, really nice. And this looks beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It looks really pretty, but the fingerprints kill me. And I've already cleaned them off twice, and I'm just not going to do it again. I'm not going to do it again. Okay, I'm just not. It's not my journey. But the palette itself, if you haven't already seen it, it's stunning. Literally so stunning. The colors are fabulous. The swatches are fabulous. I'll put in some pictures here so you can see, get an idea of the palette. I will say though, the actual shades themselves pop out so easily. Like I had turned it upside down while it was open to look at the shade names, and the colors were just like coming out. And I was like, okay, Mr. Patrick Ta, who did that? Who's in charge of your eyeshadow palettes? Let's have a talk. Anyways, I understand though, like they're magnetic palettes, it's whatever. I'm just saying for the sake of a review, for the sake of, you know, trying these new products, etc., they did pop out. If you don't know, you get, what is this? 10, I literally can't count. This is 10, like, regular shades and then 2 cream shades over here if you want to build up any color or anything like that. They are stunning. I mean, I'll give it that to it. This is probably, yeah, probably the prettiest palette that I've seen in a really, really long time from anybody. And I've tried a lot of palettes. And if this just like speaks to my soul. Like, this is stunning. That being said, it is $70, $68 plus tax if you're in the United States. That's just a lot of money for a palette, but I'm going to dip into it. We're going to try it. We're going to see how everything blends. And I'm going to do like a little bit more of an extraordinary eye than I normally would. I know. But I'm excited. I'm excited to try it. So I'm going to dip. I'm kind of scared to like flip it around though. What is this shade? I'm going to dip into the shade. Is this Mother? No. Absolutely. Is that it? Absolutely? Absolutely in Transition are the shades I'm going to dip into first. I think that it's cute that the matte shades have like the Patrick Ta logo in them. Okay, immediately they have a really nice color payoff, like immediately. And they're really easy to blend, which I don't really know. I feel like people expect so much from makeup artist brands, rightfully so, because I mean, this is what they do for a living. So if you're going to formulate something, doggone it better be good, you know? But this is really what I expected. They just look buttery and creamy and blend out that way as well. I'm taking more so of that shade Transition and going all over the lid. This is a Morphe M535, if you are wondering. I actually ordered the new Makeup by L'Oreal brushes as soon as they came back in stock. I was actually at the nail salon, got my nails done, you know, and I got a notification while my man Johnny was doing my nails, and it was like, oh, you have 2 minutes before these brushes go in, or like are back on the website. But they were actually already on the website, so I was able to check out and like get them in under a minute. So that was nice. I was really excited about that. I feel like brown shades, or just darker shades in general, are hard to blend because they are so, if they're pigmented. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how that looks as far as like the actual eye part of it goes. And so now I think I'm going to dip into the shade. Oh gosh, what shade am I going to dip into? I kind of want to dip into this the lightest shade over here. What is this called? Abundance? Yeah. I think I'm going to dip into the shade Abundance. I'm going to dip into the shade beside of that, the peachy, whatever it's called. This one right here. And then it's called Opulence. I'm going to dip into that one. And I'm actually probably going to use my finger and put it on the lid. So far, all these look absolutely stunning. And then go back in with that same Morphe brush and just kind of blend everything together. I kind of want the sparkles to be sheared out a little bit. The fallout is non-existent. There's no fallout. That is gorgeous. I really like that a whole lot. It's very different for me, but it's still really, really pretty. And I'm gonna go on the lower lash line the lower lash line, and use the shade Exquisite, which is a deep sparkly brown color. And I'm just gonna run that all over the lower lash line and see what that looks like. Oh, it's stunning. Oh, that's a really pretty shade. Oh, that is so pretty. I'm gonna take that lightest shade again, that's the shade Abundance, and go right here, a little bit below where I put that brown, and just add a little bit of sparkle. The shimmer shades in this palette have like so many different colors. I like that a whole lot. I think that is really, really pretty. All the colors blended out really nicely. I didn't have issues with any of them. I think the colors themselves are gorgeous. Congratulations, Mr. Patrick Ta. You really did something grand. I'm gonna take this brush from no, this is actually Morphe. This is from the Rose Gold collection. It's just a small, tiny shader brush, and smoke out that lower lash line just a little bit more. So I like that a whole lot. I think that looks really pretty. I didn't pick up a new mascara, so I'm just gonna go in with one that I use all the time. I'm gonna use this one from Maybelline, the Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect Mascara, and I think that's it as far as like what I got from Sephora. So I'll go ahead and do my mascara, my lips, and then come back and we will talk about all the things that I put on my face, what I like the best, what I didn't, etc. All right, so I finished up my makeup, and I just gotta say something. I think this eyeshadow palette, the Patrick Ta Major Dimension eyeshadow palette, is stunning. I think that the colors are stunning. I think that the payoff of the colors is really, really nice. There's no fallout. It blends amazing. I just really like this palette, okay? I just really like it. I also really like the mascara. It has nothing to do with anything, but it just looks good. I just am feeling some type of way about this blush, because before I put the blush on, I don't know if you can see, I hope that you can, there's like this patch that nothing is sticking to. And before I put the blush on, that wasn't there. And then I put the blush on and now nothing is sticking to it. Like literally nothing. Not the bronzer, nothing at all. Over here, I still think that the blush made like, I don't know, it just looks cakey and it looks like it's unblended and it does not look good at all. I would never, even if, okay, like if this happened and it was like a $2 blush or something like that, I would be like, okay, you know, like I'll try this blush again. Maybe it was whatever I used underneath. Maybe the blush didn't work well with the oil I used in my foundation, whatever, it's $2. But for an almost $50 blush, that should never happen. I should literally be able to put it over actual cake and it blend out phenomenally. And so I'm just annoyed that it didn't blend out phenomenally, and it kind of looks not good. That's annoying to me because it was so expensive. And the Giorgio Armani foundation itself, I think, looks really nice. I feel like it does blur your pores. It looks really nice. It looks like your skin. It just is a really nice foundation. I think that it is expensive, and I think that the L'Oreal 24-hour Fresh Wear Infallible, whatever the heck it's called, is a really great alternative to it, or like dupe for it or whatever. But do I think that you need to pay $64 for this foundation? No, I don't. But if you want to splurge on high-end foundation, this is a really good one to splurge on because I think it will look great on anybody, whether you have dry, combo, oily, aging, whatever kind of skin you have. I think it will look really nice, and there's also a really nice shade range. This joke of a concealer, it's a no for me. Like, it's just a no for me. I really do like the applicator. I think the applicator's nice. It comes in the world's smallest packaging. That's just annoying to me because the concealer was quite expensive, and I feel like you barely get anything. Like, if you were a woman that was going to work every day and using a concealer every single day, you could use that for, no joke, probably a month, and then you'd be like, I need a new concealer. That's annoying. That's not sustainable. Okay, you know? Overall, I am pretty happy with the way that my makeup turned out, but I definitely think it could have gone better, especially with the blush. I mean, that just kind of like literally makes me mad because that was stupidly expensive and it's just not very good. Like, I shouldn't have to feel like I'm making excuses for the blush, like, oh, maybe it was my foundation. Like, girl, it should just blend out. It shouldn't matter, the foundation. Other than that, I'm okay with the way that it turned out. It's all right. I have more videos to film, like I said, and I'm not upset about the way that my makeup looks. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to subscribe and like before you leave. Even if you didn't enjoy the video, make sure to subscribe and like before you leave because it helps me out, okay? And that would be really greatly appreciated so much. And if you don't have an account, make one, okay? Then subscribe. Let a girl know. Help a girl out. Before this, I will have up my video of all the new things that I bought from Sephora. So if you didn't see it in today's video, I bought a ton more stuff, $700 worth of stuff from Sephora. So if you want to see that video, I'll have it linked down below, and you can also just go to my channel and find it. And then lots of other videos. I'm also filming a luxury handbag unboxing today. So that will be fun. So if you're interested in that, stick around, subscribe. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous day.